Hi guys, let me turn my phone off. Hi. So this is not going to be a magical video, so this is going to be animal related. So if you're in for the magic, you might want to just click off and come back at a later time. But for those of you who are interested in animal welfare and rescue, this is something that is part of my channel and what I do. I collect rescue organizations from you guys. I put the contributions into a pool, and then we vote to send $100 on the full moon from the pool in my Patreon called Morley's Friend Fund. So part of most membership tiers go into Morley's Friend Fund, and then we donate it to an organization to help animals. What's really exciting about this month's donation is that we will have surpassed donating $1,000 once we contribute this month. Which means it's been over 2 years of donating $100-ish dollars. So I'd love to do a rundown of who we've actually given money to, because you know, you can hear it from me, oh, we did this, but to see it or hear it collectively feels like a much bigger impact, which I want to celebrate because it's something that we've all done together. And I want to thank you for jumping in on this mission with me. So let's see, in October of 2022, we donated $122.18 to Lucky Animal Protection Shelter there in Peshawar, Pakistan. And they help dogs, street dogs, with medical and food because they're not treated well over there at all. There are very few resources. And a huge stray population. I would love, this is one of those organizations I would love to be able to support like monthly. But you know, we do what we can do at this point. Our next donation was February 5th, 2023. That was $117.50 to Shelter Friend Ukraine. And this was aiding these rescues who were taking in all kinds of animals that were abandoned or injured from the war. Then our next donation was in May of 2023, and that was $110 to the Black Thornberry there in Philadelphia. They mostly do kittens, but sometimes venture into small animal, like puppies and stuff. In June of 2023, that next month, we were able to donate $100 to Shelter Ugoliak, which is also in Ukraine, also taking in animals from the war. Then in August of 2023, we donated $110 to Green Fingers Initiative, which is in Nigeria, and they help with educating like kids mostly. There's a sanctuary, but they educate kids on poaching and why it's bad to get yourself involved in that as an adult. So they're trying to educate people about making good decisions around living harmoniously with the wildlife around there, which in that part of the world is really, I think, fundamental to finding the balance between respecting wildlife and being able to live with them and also making a living. Then in December of 2023, so a year ago, we donated $100 to Valley Isle Animal Rescue, and they're in Maui. And if you remember, there were the Maui fires a year ago, so they're like an emergency response team for animals. And then our next donation was April of this year, so 2024. We donated $100 to Maui Humane Society. They were also one of the organizations that took in a huge amount of displaced animals from the fires. And then in July of this year, 2024, we donated to Peace for All Animals, which was technically, well, it used to be called Peace for Ponies, and they mostly focused on like miniature horses and donkeys, but they have expanded to a lot more kinds of animals since then. So they have changed their name to Peace for All Animals. And then in October, just 2 months ago of this year, 2024, we donated $100 to Lux Paws, which is sort of a boots on the ground, volunteer, unofficial organization in Los Angeles that takes care of feral cats on the east side of LA by vaccinating, spaying, neutering, and then taking the cats that they can off the street and adopting them out. So now we are finally at December of this year, and we are going to see who gets our next $100. There's an option if you would like to do a one-time donation, and that would be in my Ko-Fi link, which is in the description. And you could add another, I don't know, it's $3 increments. So if you wanted to add $3 into the pot, or 6 or 9 or 12 or whatever it is, you could add a little bit more and just do a one-time donation if you wanted to take part. So having said all that, I just want to thank you guys, and I guess I just want to thank you. That's all. It makes me, I see the amount of need out there from these organizations, and I feel helpless. There isn't a whole lot I can do, but I do know that when people come together, that we can make a much bigger difference as a group instead of on our own. So it's been really nice to be able to, bring everybody together and make a dent in an animal's life. So I just thank you, because I love animals, and it's been kind of a dream come true to be able to have this happen. So having said that, let's move on to who the possible recipients for this month are. And we've got and here's the weird thing, is I pulled out basically the same as the choices we had in October. Either I didn't mix the bag up very well, which sounds like it could be the case, or the universe has a very clear objective in mind, which also could be the case. So I'm just gonna look at it like when you get the same cards that you pull over and over in the deck, it's like a message, right? Yeah, so first I pulled Mercy for Animals. They are, I don't know if you can see it, it's too bright, whatever. Mercy for Animals. They deal with legislation and farm animals. So basically pigs, cattle, chickens, turkeys that are consumed on a mass scale. They go out and fight for their rights. So they make sure that the cage-free chickens are actually cage-free or have the amount of room that is necessary to thrive. They make sure that the dairy cows are treated well. They do undercover investigations. They are those people. So they focus on legislation around animal welfare. Our next one was Mutt Scouts. Mutt Scouts is a Southern California, sort of San Diego, LA area dog rescue. They pull in dogs from shelters around the area, and they also take dogs in from Mexico. And they are usually pulling the ones that need the most help. So usually ones that have a lot of medical. I have been watching that. I did not submit these guys, by the way, but I have been watching them for 10 years, what they've been doing. And they're one of the rescues that I really respect a lot. So anyway, they have my stamp of approval. I know them. So the next one we got was Squirrel Mender. The next one we got was Squirrel Mender. They are also in the Southern California area, and they help injured and orphaned squirrels and sometimes other small wildlife I don't know, opossums, probably raccoons, maybe if they're young enough. But they venture out beyond squirrels, but they're mostly focused on squirrels. I called them when I found the baby squirrel, and then they referred me to another rehabber that was a little closer to my area. The last one is the Wombat guy. This guy's really cool. He's in Australia or New Zealand. I'm not sure which one, because I just don't know the areas well enough. I think it's Australia. And he finds wombats that have mange, and mange is a parasite that makes your hair fall out and makes your skin really thick and crusty and painful and bloody. It's really awful. Dogs get it too a lot. Some cats do too. So what he does is he finds the wombats that have mange, and then he gives them the medicine to treat them so that they come back, because they'll die from mange. It's not pretty. It's a painful thing to have to suffer with. He also finds their burrows, and then I guess there's this way that you can like put the medication on. What he does is like a flap, like a door flap almost. He inserts a little door flap, and every time they go in and out of the door flap, the medication somehow drops into their back. I don't know if he invented it or what, but he's now been able to make this a full-time job for himself. So he's another inspiring rescuer out there who is doing good work. So these are our options. I will have a poll in the post tab for you, and you can vote on who you would like the $100 to go to. If you feel so inclined and want to add a few bucks more on, please visit my Ko-Fi link, and I will add it in. And then I'll take this poll back to the paid members on Patreon, and we will do a poll there and come up with our final donation recipient. So the organization that'll get the $100+ So that's it, and I look forward to seeing who we choose. Thank you.